Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be teaching you how to make perfect samosa leaves. But if you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends. So let's get started. First, I'm taking a bowl and adding 1.5 cup of flour and a little bit of salt. After that, you'll have to mix well, like this, with a spoon or ladle or whatever. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ghee. This is solely for the texture and flavor. Instead of this, you can also add 2 tablespoons of oil. Now mix well and add half a cup of normal room temperature water. Too much water will ruin the samosa, so be careful with this step. Now you have to knead it well. You have to knead it very well so that the dough doesn't harden. And afterwards, just put on a lid and wait for a while and just keep it aside. If you don't use a lid, it'll harden. Now after 1 hour, I'm kneading the dough again, but with some oil this time. You don't need to knead much, but it's important to knead with oil. Now split the dough into smaller balls and add flour and flatten it like this. Now I have 7 pieces like this. I'm applying oil to each and every one of them. It's important that the oil reaches every side because otherwise it'll be very difficult in the end. So make sure that you put the oil on sides and on top. After brushing, you have to add a little bit of flour on top of each one of them. Now carefully remove the excess flour and stack 3 or 4 together, but not more than that, and flatten it out like this. You have to try to make it as thin as you possibly can for better quality, and you'll see the layers like this. Now it's time to cook. But before that, you have to brush some oil on it. One more thing to remember while making this is that your dough, and when you're flattening it, you have to be careful that it's not bigger than the pan itself that you're going to cook it on. Keeping it on low flame, just flip it a bunch of time, just every 10 seconds or so. When you start to see the layers detach like this, you can take it out of the pan and detach it by yourself like this. You shouldn't wait for it to cool down completely because that will make it more difficult. If the sides tear a little, it's okay because we're going to cut it off anyways. Now stack all the layers together and put it on a board because we're going to start with the cutting now. You have to cut each of the sides off like this. If you're going to make a spring roll, you can cut it in the shape of a spring roll, or you can cut it in the shape of a samosa. You can mark each side before cutting. If you're planning to make spring roll, you don't have to do this step, but if you're going to make samosa, then you have to cut through the middle like this. You can use a ruler and a pizza cutter for cutting as I'm doing, or you can just use a normal knife if that's what you have at home. If you want, you can fry the waste from earlier and put sugar. It'll be a great snack. You can store it in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and keeping it in 2 stacks helps you to take it out easier. Anyways, I hope you like this recipe, and I hope that you'll subscribe and share and like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.